Good afternoon and welcome to the Springfield College Forum. I'm here today. I'm Dr. Judy Stang and I'm the Assistant Dean Campus Director, and I'm really glad that you are coming and being with us to have an important conversation about you. That's right, you. We want to talk today about your future, your career, and what are you doing? Are you doing anything to move yourself forward? Do you have some dreams that you'd like to aspire to? At Springfield College, we are now the School of Professional and Continuing Studies. We still offer a degree in Human Services at the undergrad level and the master's level. And we have 2 concentrations at the undergrad. So you can earn a Bachelor of Science in Human Services, and if you choose, you could earn a concentration in early childhood or in criminal justice. We have a master's program, very robust program. It's very clinical, very much meets the needs today of the mental health professional in human services, and that is a Master of Science in Human Services with a concentration in mental health counseling. We also have something that probably you would be very interested in. You're an adult, you have given to your community and your family and your friends, and you would like to have a career that would allow you to impact the community. We have a philosophy called the Humanics philosophy. And that philosophy is all about how do I bring what I have as a skill, those things in my heart and wanting to inspire and help people and serve people to the community. And with this philosophy, we offer in our programs exactly how do I inspire people, impact the community, and serve, and more important, as a professional, have the job that I'd like to have in the area of human services. Now, with me is Dr. Gwendolyn Sanders. Good afternoon, Dr. Sanders.
Dr. Stang, thank you for introducing so well the kinds of things that we offer at Springfield College. And we also are a very special person here today
Yes,
as well. And this person is going to tell you a great deal more about the specifics of the program. She is the Assistant Director for our Recruitment and Admissions Program. And the wonderful thing about it is that she is bilingual. She is a dancer. And she has been that, and I've known her for a lot of years. How was that? A lot of years.
Yes.
And was very much, she's been in the private sector, she's been in the corporate sector, she's been in educational institutions. She even has a concentration herself in early childhood. But she also knows how to deal with and be responsive to other people who are in the services area, and particularly in human services. And what I'm going to ask her to do is to talk to you about what she does, and also some of the students that have come through that admissions process with whom she's talked with and encouraged herself. And this is Zulma. Zulma, tell us a wonderful thing. Zulma the dancer, that's the way I like.
Actually, thank you so very much for having me here. It is truly a pleasure to be here, to have the opportunity to share more about what we do at Springfield College. And what we do matters to you because there are exciting things coming down the pike. And in fact, when you say I'm a dancer, most people know me as Zulma Noelia when I used to teach salsa in Wilmington and was known as Lady Salsera. But of course, I do many different things, and one of the things that I'm very excited about, because having graduated from Springfield College, it is an honor to be able to serve at this post, because if I had $1 for each person who has said to me, I wish I could go back to school, but I feel I'm too old. If you have that nagging feeling inside that you want to go back to school, your time has not come. You have to go back to school. You have to do it, because this is not going away, and what we have to offer is so unique to you, the adult learner, which is who we target, is the adult learner, so that they can complete a bachelor degree program through an accelerated program that is comprised of 16 to 24 months. So let me tell you more about that because, as I said, we talk to people every day who come to us who want to know more about how does this work? How can I get a degree, a bachelor's degree in 16 to 24 months? Well, I'll tell you how. Through a weekend program that involves 2 weekends a month, both Saturday and Sunday. If you come to us with some college credits and experience in the human services field, we can combine that and we can accept up to 72 credits, meaning that because we have a trimester program where we start our classes in January, in September, in May, and in September, every 4 months, a student will complete 12 credits.
And would they do that? They would do that each of the semesters? They would take care, that's full-time, is that what
Full-time,
you're-
12 credits each term,
I'd
which
like
is
to go-
comprised of 4 months.
I'd like to go back a little bit when you said that students could come and you would value and assess the experiences that they've had, and up to 72 credits, so that if a student, say, had been to a community college and they have an associate's degree, what's the next step?
Oh, well, if they have an associate's degree, that will be the ideal and perfect situation, because if they were to go to another institution with an associate's degree, they will take at the most 2 years or maybe more to complete a bachelor. But with us, a person with an associate's degree could complete this program in 16 months. Now, that would involve, say, for example, if we started in September, that person will complete this term, which goes from September to December, and then January to April, May to August, September to December, they'll be done. Because the trimester program allows a student to complete 36 credits in 1 year, and you can see that another 4 months will take them to the 48 needed. 48 plus 72 is 120, and that is the bachelor degree that they would need to be able to advance in the workplace.
Well, tell me a little bit about, I was in one of your information sessions yesterday, and I was very impressed with the stories of the women who were there, and I'd like for you to share one of the experiences of the person who was just so enthusiastic about this opportunity. And she was talking about her children and where she was and all of that. Share us about that young lady and what was her story.
Well, it's similar because, as we mentioned before, we deal with the adult learner who sometimes feel, oh, I miss the opportunity to go back to school, and it was something I really, really wanted. This one individual had been very successful in the post that she held. She wanted more challenge. She wanted to do more. She had raised her children. They're grown now. She's on her own. She's ready to commit more hours to the workplace, and even persuaded her supervisor to create a position to fill a gap in the workplace. And so happened that the board approved that new position. However, they added must have a bachelor's degree. Here's a person that had the bachelor's, doesn't have a bachelor's, and now she has to come back to school to be able to do that.
And what she was saying is that she's been doing so much of the things, and so as she actually has created a job for herself, and now she's got to meet her own qualifications for the job that she has created. So that gives you an idea of the kinds of students that we are dealing with.
Yes.
And then the other person, one of the other persons that was there, talked about her experience at a 4-year institution, and life happened.
Yes.
And a family member became ill, and she had to stop with regard to that, which meant that she had not completed that degree.
Yes.
And now she's at a point where she wants to do that because someone came in with the degree without the experience, and now she's got to help that person become acclimated to the job.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, and she said, and if I don't do that, then I'm not a team player.
Yes.
But I just like I'm kind of required to do that. So she's ready to go. She's ready to go and get the degree, and so that once she gets her transcript from Morgan, which is where she was going, then that will be assessed.
Yes, it will. Actually, and one thing that is very clear, when you come to us, and in fact, let me just pause to say that you are still on time to come for the September term. If you're thinking of going back to school, we are still have a few spots open for the term. If you're interested, please call us at 302-658-5720, and we will gladly make an appointment for you to come. We will talk later on about the information session that we will be holding in the coming weeks. So if you want to do that as well, that's great. But we look at what they come. Some people come, like this young lady that came yesterday. She had been to one university. She was entering her junior year, and then she had to leave. But so she comes very well prepared. And she has ample experience in the human services field that can be converted into experiential learning credits.
Well,
and
now,
there's a
does someone
process to
do
doing that.
Is there is a process established that there is someone who will make that assessment
Yes.
of the whatever they bring, so that if they have certificates of completion or things that they've done, they should bring, including the transcripts, they should bring all of that?
All of that goes to the Director for Academic Services, and Dr. Stan could speak more about that if you like, about the evaluation of the files when they get certificates, if they have quantifiable hours for every 20 hours of training, that is converted to 1 credit.
Okay.
So, and also some of the experience that these prospective students have that can be converted even though they don't have an hour attached to it, like 20 hours or 10 hours or 5 hours. But there's a process called in a class portfolio where they can convert that experience into writing these papers that they can say, this is the experience, this is what I learned. It's not just that they had the experience, but what they learned as a result of that experience.
And that's one of my favorite wonders, is that when they come, it's like they have an opportunity to develop a portfolio. The portfolio, allows them a process of writing what we call claims. And they say, what are you, I said, what are you claiming? And I said, well, do I get credit for my experience? And I said, no, but you do get credit for what you learned as a consequence of your experience, and that claim is what tells us what that is. And so that's what we've had students who have written as many as 6 claims and more. We have one person who graduated when we first started that says, I think I wrote more claims than anybody in the state of Delaware, but she didn't, it just felt that way, because once she started focusing in on what I really learned. And then we say that Springfield is a college, and so you have to come with something, you know, because you'll come with something and you'll leave with a great deal more.
Oh, absolutely,
How is that?
absolutely. In fact, and because I just want to go for the folks who are listening to us, and thank you, by the way, for being with us on a Sunday afternoon. That is so important. That means you are thinking about your future and you want to do something, and you want to develop that jewel within yourself so that it can shine even brighter than it is right now. 10 top reasons for coming to us.
Right.
Okay.
Tell us about that.
The first is that it's a weekend program. So 2 weekends a month you'll be able to be at the brick and mortar, and the rest of the time you manage the interaction you have with the college through our web platform called Moodle, where you communicate with your professors, where you upload assignments, where you enter forum discussions with your peers, check how you're doing in terms of grade, get your syllabus, and all that good stuff. And many people come to us because they've been to other institutions, but they can't manage going to school during the week, raising a family, having the job, sometimes more than one job. So that's one of the first conveniences that they list, that being able to come 2 weekends a month is really works wonders for their lives and being able to manage that. The number 2 is the being able to complete this program in 16 to 24 months. So this is the students that we want are people that can do this. And it's not that we're trying to say we want to, if you cannot meet 16 to 24 months, that's it, you're done. No. But the reason we want to stick with that schedule is because we know there are lots of people out there that want to finish a degree. And if we can do it in this manner, more people can come to our institution. The support that you get, because we are an adult college, where here are people that have had life experiences, work experiences, community grassroots experiences, all kinds of experiences, and are working so hard because they have a passion for people, for helping people, but they cannot advance. So here, the staff is not only, they're not only professors, but they're professionals in the field of human services that are willing and happy to share tips and experiences that they have had so that they can hone those skills in a much better way. We have the credit for prior learning that we discussed. We have the an affordable degree. Our school is the school, Wilmington campus. The School of Professional and Continuing Studies is part of the Massachusetts Springfield College. Massachusetts has 5 schools, but the School of Professional and Continuing Studies is made more affordable because we know that the folks that we try to help are individuals that traditionally have not had that chance to attain the higher ed. And so we want to make it affordable so that people indeed can do that. We are fully accredited. In case somebody's wondering, the same accredited body that accredits Yale and Harvard accredits us. So we're highly accredited, not a fly-by-night institution. We've been around since 1885. So you are in good hands when you come to Springfield College. We also do student projects, and that, if we were to talk to students about that, and in fact you had folks last month talking about their particular projects and how much they learn from doing those individual projects that they do individually and also in cohorts. So we work for the greater good. That's what the humanities philosophy is all about. It's educating students, spirit, mind, and body in service to humanity. What more noble work is that? To work in service for humanity.
Let me ask you a question before you go on with that. You talked about the projects, and those, we've had students on that are just uplifted about what they do because they become community change agents. Absolutely. And they actually do their projects in their selected communities as a cohort, as a group working together. Mm-hmm. And that's actually how you really work in the real work.
That's it.
It's not an individualized thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's how we have a task to do, how do we do it together? And they've learned so much. Some of the agencies and organizations where they go to get this experience is just such a wonderful thing. And I'm just always in awe of what they accomplish. Mm-hmm. And what they learn, and they just brighten up. And they then began to, like the little engine that says, I think I can, and they get there and they say, oh, I can. And they spread that.
And they surprise themselves.
And they do.
One of the things that we do have that's the 9th is the faculty, as we have mentioned before. These are people who also have a tremendous passion for the human services field and want to share those experiences to make the learning even more powerful. But it's not just about the professors and what they bring to you. It's about what you bring to us. Absolutely. Because your experience is unique to you. Nobody has your perspective about even experience that we might share. So that is so important because that brings that interaction from all levels, and we all stand to learn from that interaction that becomes very powerful and very, very fruitful. And the last one, but not the least, is the small class size. We are an institution that value family, value family, and in fact, the classes are small so that you don't feel lost. In other institutions, you become just a number. Nobody knows who you are. But here we know, like Cheers, everybody knows your name. and really, it is a family environment where people support one another. And in fact, our school, I'm just so impressed with this part. You can see grandmothers and granddaughters coming together, sisters, brothers, husbands, wives, coming through and supporting one another so that they can complete this degree.
And we're speaking of that because we've had graduates where the daughter came, the mother came, and then the aunt came, and the uncle came.
And
so
the godson
and that's right,
and the goddaughter.
and they just pass along. It's not one of those big classes where you can sit and hope you're not called on, because it's a participatory process.
You want to participate.
And you actually expect to give and to receive.
That's it.
But I like your point about the ability that you share.
Yes.
And you will find out in the sharing, there are so many others who have had that experience. And sometimes you feel like some of us students have gone through some very abusive situations, and they've grown and they've developed, and even they've said it has helped them.
Yes.
It has helped them to gain confidence in themselves. And what I'd like you in a few minutes to talk about, thank you, Zulma, and you can tell why she graduated magna cum laude, right? From Springfield College. Is like there are actually some tests that you can take in addition to the portfolio, in addition to what you bring. I think it's called CLEPT.
Yep. It's
And
called
what is the other one?
Dante's. So you can always go and test out. You can, again, that portfolio opportunity and the training that you've already had on the job, that you can bring those certificates in. You can earn up to 15 credits, because for every 20 hours you get a credit. So, and that's 15 credits free. There aren't too many colleges out there offering 15 credits for free.
Based on your experience that you've learned.
Yes.
And one of the things I hope that we have conveyed to you is that this is your time. It's not tomorrow, it's not next year, oh, I'll start next fall. It's today. Today is when you need to get up off the couch, the chair, and dial this number, 302-658-5720. If you would like to come back and get an undergrad degree, if you call today and you leave your name and your number, and we get you out a packet and you decide to come in, we will waive for you that $10 fee. The first 3 people now, we will waive that. At the grad level, it's a $40 fee, and for the first 3 people that call, we'll waive that $40 fee. Again, this is your time. I want to thank you for being with us. I want you to know that in the coming months, we're going to be celebrating Head Start's 50 years. We're going to be celebrating Springfield College, Wilmington Campus, School of Professional and Continuing Studies, 20th year anniversary right here in Wilmington. So we have a lot to discuss. So we'll see you next month. Don't forget, go ahead.
August 23rd.
August 23rd at 3:30. And
It's going to be celebrating Head Start's 50th year.
so you want to tune in. And if you are not a Head Start person, I want you to think about the people in your community who are, and get involved. Because the earlier we educate children, the more opportunity they have to succeed. Again, thanks. We'll see you next month. And remember, come back to the forum and join the discussion. Bye-bye.